Can these $10 Walmart products clean this Japanese K-Truck? Stay tuned to find out the results. Today we have an all-new product from your local Walmart that just dropped. This is their all-new Rapid Ceramic Interior Detailer and High Foaming Shampoo. We're going to give this an unbiased review today and see if this $10 pack from Walmart is worth it. So let's go ahead and start off by saying I'm not sponsored by Cerakote. They have some decent products, but I found this at Walmart the other day and figured I would share it with you guys. So this is exactly how I purchased it. It is in some kind of shrink wrap here. You have a Cerakote emblem here. It tells you what the contents are in this package. So let's go ahead and open it up and get started. So our first product on the board is the High Foam Vehicle Shampoo. They state that it's pH neutral, and I'm reading this as I open it. I have not even read this, even through the package. I've not had enough time. As you can tell my voice, I've been a little down in the weather. So I'm reading this as we go. It says professional results in the corner, and I'll show you all that in just a second. Professional vehicle shampoo. Hear that trigger word, professional. So when you hear that, you must think, oh, it's the best, it's the greatest. Well, if it was professional, it wouldn't be at your local Walmart. But that doesn't matter because the product could be actually great. So let's continue. Professional vehicle shampoo, premium car wash soap, unmatched strength, ceramic maintenance, and prep wash. So it's a really nice label here. I'll bring you in. So as you can see here, it's got a Mustang. It can't get copyrighted, I guess, so it's like a D-badged Mustang. Kind of like the old Meguiar's with the yellow GTR on it. But yeah, as you can see here, premium car wash, blah, blah, blah. There's some simple directions on the back. It says maximum suds. Whether you use a foam cannon or the 2-bucket method, expect thick, long-lasting suds. Well, Cerakote, we're about to find that out. Application instructions. Whenever possible, wash a vehicle in a shaded area and out of direct sunlight. Add 1 ounce, 30 mLs of vehicle shampoo to 1 gallon, 3.8 liters of water. Thoroughly wash car top to bottom with a microfiber mitt and rinse vehicle with water. For professional results, see that word professional again. Rinse mint in clean water bucket before returning to soap bucket. Use a 3rd bucket for wheels and tires. So they're not lying when they talk about professional results, because as professionals, we and our clientele know how to use a 2-bucket method. That's basically what they're telling you to do. Have a dirty bucket and a clean bucket, soap in one. Every time you're finished with a couple of panels, wring your mitt out in the dirty bucket with a grit guard, wring it out, go back into your clean bucket, and then put a fresh mitt on the surface every single time. With that said, they have a good idea of what they're doing. Cerakote does make some great products. We'll get to a review here at the end. Let's see how it cleans my Japanese K-Truck. So our first test is going to be using the Cerakote High Foam Vehicle Shampoo as a pre-soak. Now what that means is it's going to soak and emulsify the top layer of film and pull it to the bottom via foam cannon. Now sadly, Cerakote did not specify how many ounces or dilution ratio to use in a foam cannon. Now we have measuring cups here in our business that we run with for dilution ratios and more accurate measuring. But if you're the weekend detailer and you just don't have that measuring cup, with you or in your garage, we do the universal standard, which is every 1 to 1.5 second squirts from a shampoo bottle is about 1 ounce. So we're going to go ahead and do 2 to 3 ounces in the foam cannon and get this wash process started. So 1, 2, 3. Now I will say this is a very citrusy scent. My smell is not the best right now, but I can definitely smell the orange. It's really refreshing actually. I actually really do like this. So let's start washing. Okay, so this is my 1995 Mitsubishi Mini Cab. It's a Japanese K-Truck. It's very small. You're probably seeing these a lot more often on the roads because they are legal after 25 years. And it is extremely filthy. It is graphene coated. I coated this almost a year ago. So the soap may react differently, but it still doesn't matter whether you have protection or not. We want to see the clinging process. We want to see the emulsification on this. So we're going to give this a go. One last thing before we do get started, I'm using the all-new Pro V2 Ethos foam cannon. So this is very similar to the MJJC Pro V2. This has 3 different filtration mechanisms in the front of the nozzle here to give you unmatched foam. If you go back to my last video, I reviewed a lot of the Ethos products, and the foam cannon is one of them. This is insane amounts of foam. I've been doing this for many, many years and used hundreds of different foam cannon types, and build quality is unmatched with this. So we're going to give this a go. Whether it foams well or whether it doesn't, you know that you have a great foam cannon working behind this. If you want to get your own foam cannon, head down to the link below on the Ethos website. Use code WING0 and get yourself a discount on one of these awesome foam cannons. Okay. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that little black thing right there. That's already starting to pull a lot of bird poop. The truck had sat under a tree for a while. I kind of neglected it. I've just been so busy. But you can see it start to pull this stuff off. Definitely no complaints so far. I'll show you a close-up of the foaming action. So that's 2 to 3 ounces in the foam cannon here. You can always use more, which I always like to do about 5, but I'm doing this for testing purposes. The general standard is 2 to 3, and Cerakote did not specify that. It's not the foamiest. It's a heck of a lot foamier than the Red Bull stuff that I reviewed a long time ago, and it emulsifies pretty well. I mean, I'll bring you into this piece right here. You can see whatever that is, it's pulling the dirt off. It's pulling the top coat of dirt, and it's clinging okay. This is a ceramic coated truck, so the coating is not trying to fight it. That's because I've not washed it in forever. And once we do put a hand wash on it, it should go back to normal water beading. So while we allow this soap to emulsify and pull all of the bird poop and contamination off of this truck, I forgot to tell you guys that in my last few videos, I try to educate everybody on if you have a certain brand of ceramic or graphene coating, you want to stay within that brand as far as your soaps go. You've got to make sure that that chemical makeup is not a carnauba polymer for like a wash and wax, like Meguiar's or Chemical Guys. If you try to use something with a carnauba polymer in it on top of an SiO2 based polymer, then you're going to potentially clog the coating and have to take it to somebody and have that fixed. But lucky for us, Cerakote does not state that there's any protection inside that bottle. It just says a standard pH neutral soap. Now, if you want to do that, like that Blue Atom shampoo that you guys see at your AutoZone and franchise stores, you can use that because it doesn't have any protection in it. So Cerakote didn't state it. If this coating gets clogged up, because the coating is doing great, this coating gets clogged up, then Cerakote failed to let us know that there's anything inside. And I didn't see anything on the ingredients or the chemical makeup that there was anything, so we should be okay. So as you can see from just the initial rinse, it did do an okay job of pulling that top layer of film off. Some of the bird poop was bonded a little bit stronger, and I feel like a dedicated pre-soak, like an alkali wash, would have probably pulled that right off. Unfortunately, this one didn't, but they do state that it is pH neutral. But just by seeing that, you notice that the coating did not reject the soap on the first foam go around. But already, I haven't even touched the surface. You can see the water beading already returning. So it rinses off okay. As soon as I finish rinsing off the rest of this truck, we'll get into the contact wash aspect. Can these $10 Walmart products clean this Japanese K-Truck? Stay tuned to find out the results. So now that we're finished with the pre-soak and rinse, we're going to move into our contact wash. In this situation, I would normally use about 5 ounces because you're going to be coming into contact with your vehicle's paint, and more soap equals more lubricity, and more lubricity equals less chance of scratches and swirls. But for testing purposes, we're going to go by the universal standard of 2 to 3 ounces in the foam cannon. Once again, was not stated on the bottle by Cerakote, so we're going to go ahead and use 2 to 3 ounces. 1, 2, 3. But what it does say on the back of the bottle for the bucket is 1 ounce of vehicle shampoo to 1 gallon. I've got about 2 gallons in there. That's a 4-gallon bucket, 4.5-gallon bucket. So what I want to use is about 2 ounces. So again, 1, 2. Now keep in mind, if you want one of these Ethos buckets, again, it's on the Ethos website. You can use code WING0. What I like to do on these buckets when I'm using a 2-bucket method is I like to have a label on the back that lets me know what a wash is. And I have another bucket for rinsing. If you want to know where to get these labels, I got mine off of Detailed Image. They were super cheap, just a couple of dollars. So if you want to be able to differentiate your buckets, that's a perfect idea. They also have one that says wheels on the back, so you can keep all 3 buckets separated and keep from cross-contaminating your water. Let's go ahead and throw our Ethos wash mitt in there, get this foam cannon started, and get this hand wash process going. So I've already done a second foam. I'm not going to bore you with that. So it's currently foamed up, the truck is. But let's go ahead and check on the suds capacity and how long this soap holds suds. Now, this doesn't say it has a ceramic coating infused in the soap, so no SiO2. It should hold suds for quite a long time, unlike the other ones we've reviewed in the past, but let's give it a try. Okay, foamed up nicely. So I waited about 1 to 2 minutes. By now, the soap should have already returned to a water state, and you'd have to go back and re-agitate the soap again and put a pressure washer back into the bucket to get your suds again. That's why we measure this. We want to see how much of an aggravation and time consumption will be needed to keep the suds up in the bucket. This has been about 1 minute to 2 minutes, and it's not moved. Excellent so far. Now let's get to the contact wash. Okay. First impressions of the slickness of this soap. Man, pretty good. Pretty good. Super slick. That's what you want because you don't want to introduce scratches, unwanted scratches into your paint. And those bug guts that we didn't get all the way off on the pre-soak, they came right off with ease. Now this is subjective because this vehicle is graphene ceramic coated. Now a vehicle that might not have protection on it at all, you may struggle just a tad, but it won't be that bad. Another reason to go get your vehicle graphene ceramic coated for sure, if you have an installer nearby, because this makes the wash process 10 times easier. I mean, I'm just running through it slowly and I'm still making very, very decent progress here. K-truck bodies are a little bit different. These little Japanese trucks, got to wash the back of the cab and doesn't take a lot of time. One really cool thing is you can fold down the bed when you want to spray the bed out. The whole bed comes off, so it just folds down on all sides. It's really cool. So as you can see, we've already washed the roof, let the suds sit for 2 extra minutes after or before that, and you can still see all the suds inside there. So what we do is we follow their instructions. We go in with our rinse, and I do have drains in the floor, folks, so if I'm wringing this out in the floor, that's okay. And you go in, clean bucket, and I'll bring you in closer so you can watch the hand wash in action. just glides across. And again, that could be that the truck's ceramic coated. But at the same time, the lubricity in this truck, or in this soap, excuse me, by itself was enough, I think, that even if you didn't have any protection or just a wax, that it would still be almost just as slick. This soap's doing its job. So I'm going to finish hand washing this truck, top to bottom, and then we'll give it a thorough rinse, dry it, and move on to our interior cleaner. Okay, so before we go with the drying process, I want to go ahead and answer a quick question that we had talked about a minute ago. And that was, can this soap be used on a ceramic coated vehicle without clogging the coating? Here's your answer. It's safe to say, yes, you can use this on a ceramic coated vehicle without fear of clogging your coating. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with the drying process here. This car is graphene ceramic coated, so we're going to be using a blower. I like to use the Ego 880 CFM. You can go watch that video a couple of months back. We did a review on cordless. You don't have to worry about tripping on anything. You don't have to worry about choking up on gas. It's a great, really strong leaf blower. So we're just going to dry this off and then get to the interior product. Okay, now that the truck is washed and dried, let's move on to this interior cleaner. This is the Rapid Ceramic Interior Detailer and Protectant from Cerakote. Once again, it says professional results, showroom new results, quick and easy to apply, cleans and protects, new car smell. Bottle looks good. I'll bring the bottle in closer for you to see. It is typical Cerakote fashion, orange, flashy silver, and black. The labeling looks great, modern yet simple. It says dries quickly, dry to the touch, does not leave an oily residue behind, and the best guaranteed. If this is not the best interior detailer and protectant you have ever used, we will simply refund your purchase, as it says on the back here. We have directions. We'll go over that in just a moment. And talking about the guarantee, I will tell you, I do know a few people that they've not been happy with other products that Cerakote came out with, and they have given them a refund. So Cerakote will stand behind their product. So we will be using a Clean Garage Boar's Hair brush and an Autofiber Scrub Ninja in this process to see how this interior detailer works. So let's go ahead and jump on in to cleaning the interior of this K-Truck. So as you can see, we have a little bit of mud on the door here. We're going to see what this interior detailer can really do. We're going to start off with our Clean Garage Boar's Hair brush. I have it taped off for a 50-50 so we can see the before and after, if there is one at all, or how it's going to look. I will tell you the application instructions does not state anywhere to shake well, but as all products, you do want to shake them well. Maybe Cerakote assumed we already knew that, so we're going to give it a good shake. So it does say it dries quickly. Application structure says immediately buff off, so you may not have a long working time. We'll go ahead and spray. Sprayer's decent. Okay, we're going to spray our Clean Garage Boar's Hair brush. Let's see if we get any foaming action with this, because that's what you really want. Okay, little runny. We're getting some foam here. Okay, cool. It does have somewhat of a new car scent. That's what they advertise. And it's not overbearing like a lot of the stuff you find at Walmart, like the new car smell and the fragrances section in the automotive department. It's really overbearing with some of those, but this isn't that bad at all. So let's go ahead and wipe this off and see where we're sitting with it. So we're going to wipe off. Wipe off is super easy. I don't feel any gloss behind. Let's pull the tape. As you can see here, we have a really, really clean surface. I'm not feeling any gloss at all. We do have a little bit of dirt on the side we've not done yet. So I'm impressed so far. Let's move on to the Auto Fiber Scrub Ninja and let's see if we can knock out this whole door. Just spray liberally. I don't think this is going to damage anything. Spray liberally. Let's go with the Auto Fiber. I always like to use the more aggressive approach, especially on, you've got two sides, but especially on old stuff, hard. I mean, this thing's 30-something years old, so let's go ahead and start cleaning. Got that foaming action. I like it. Miss the nostalgia of roll-up windows, man. I love this little truck. So we have something down here that's been a little stubborn to remove, but it's doing it. All right. Let's go ahead and wipe. Any microfiber towel's fine. I know we preach don't use certain ones on paint, which is true, but on interior stuff like this, if you have a towel you've already used for polish, or you don't want to wash, or got too dirty or fell on the ground, you can use it for stuff like this. Okay, this is a lot better than that Red Bull stuff, man. Lot better than that Red Bull stuff that I reviewed a couple months back. That stuff was trash. Bring you in closer here so you can truly see this is a clean door. So enough of the interior cleaner. I think we've got all of the clues that we need to in order to rate this product. So let's get over to the final thoughts. Okay, Cerakote's $10 detailing package from Walmart. What do we think about it? First off, let's talk about the shampoo. The shampoo smelled really well. Smelled like a very nice orange scent, not overbearing. It smelled well through the foam process, through the hand wash process, all the way through. So you're not breathing a bunch of chemicals and that kind of scent. You're smelling some fruity orange smell. So definitely A+ on the smell. Overall, I think that this soap does what it's supposed to do. It says it's pH neutral. Again, great smell. It doesn't leave any protection behind. There's nothing in here. There's a safety data sheet. You can go to their website and look it up. It's pH neutral. Usually we have dedicated strip washes and pre-soak washes, but if you're the weekend detailer that needs to wash your vehicle in a pinch or just enjoy it, and you take care of your car pretty well, you don't leave it sitting out under a tree like I did my Japanese truck here, this is going to do everything you need it to do. It foams really good, surprisingly. Usually the thicker stuff, it's got a really thick viscosity. Usually thicker stuff don't foam very well in my experience. It's always the thinner products that foam well. But this did a good job. It really, really did. You know, would I use this in my arsenal? Of course I would. I would give this a thumbs up. As for the Rapid Ceramic Interior Detailer and Protectant, we didn't need a lot of proof to figure out that this stuff is actually quite decent. New car smell, I was expecting a very pungent, loud new car smell kind of thing that you get from Walmart. But this did not have that. It was very faint, clean and refreshing smell. I feel like the foaming agents in this and the detergents, whatever is in this for cleaning, did what you needed it to do. As you saw, that was a muddy door and just took a little bit of agitation from a boar's hair brush, not even a scrub pad or a scrub ninja. The boar's hair brush did enough work to tell that this stuff works. So does it leave protection? I don't know. It says it does. There may be some UV inhibitors in here. It did not leave a greasy, oily stain. None of that Armor All nasty stuff. This left a dry, matte OEM finish. And I think the more we evolve in the detailing world and car enthusiasts in general, we don't like the Armor All stuff anymore. Those days are kind of over. A lot of the old hot rods and stuff that we do here in the facility, still have some of that greasy stuff because they're kept up their whole life. And you can see the old armor all from back in the day still on the seats and stuff, and we usually clean those up. But um, nowadays, we like stuff that's more matte and OEM type finish. Most people do. It leaves a clean, refreshing uh, display behind, and it's aesthetically pleasing. Would I give this a thumbs up? Absolutely. My final conclusion for these two products, for $10, it's like $10.98. Why wouldn't you want it? If you're a weekend detailer, you've got a car show you've got to get to last minute, you got to wash it the night before or that morning, maybe it's afternoon night meet. This is all you need. Soap, let's wash the car. Interior detailer, let's clean the inside out real quick and be on our way. This is perfect for the car enthusiast. This is perfect for the person that just wants to get in and out on a weekend and wants to keep things simple. This cleans your wheels. This cleans your exterior, all of your paint, your headlights, your taillights. It did a great job. And this takes care of all your interior plastics. I would not use this on screens. Otherwise, you don't need anything else. For $10, can you really go wrong? Cerakote, you done it again. Your trim restore, your headlight restoration, all of those products are amazing. Mixed reviews on your ceramic coatings. You've had to revise it twice and it's still subpar. But for Walmart deals and this brand name, you can't go wrong. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.